All right, hello. This is a video that's been a long time in the making. In fact, I think I've released a couple of snippets here and there of Warzone. But today I'm going to actually play it because it is the 1.1 release, which means we're getting relatively close to that Steam release. I still have a lot of work I need to do about it, and I will point it out as it comes. The fact that there's no main menu music is a great start. But you have to remember what I say normally in these videos, which is that I do not play games with the sound on usually. So it was very weird to have to make a game with sound. But this is the sound update. There's sound in the actual game. So what is Warzone? Warzone is a voxel-based tactical shooter in the style of Ace of Spades. I'll go through some of the options. We'll total biscuit it here. Start with the options: render distance, fog enabled, master volume, sound effects volume. This is based on the voxel game template. Oh, you can actually read that better than I can. Voxel game template. Here's all the sound effects. Yada yada. Now let's just start the game. Wow, that crashed. That is a great start. It usually does not do that. Just to prove it. Unless I need a hot take. No. That was a one-off thing. That's another thing I need to look into, because that should not have happened. I wonder if it's because I was recording. Oh, speaking of which, I need to turn the sound down a little bit. I also don't know why, when you change the master volume, it does that change. I don't know if that has something to do with the way that the text is rendered. But I did check. The volume sliders do work. I know I'm not wearing my headphones right now, but I did do sound effects testing this morning, literally this morning. It seemed like it was working. So green team is my guys. This is single player, by the way. There's no multiplayer. Trust me, you don't need to make a multiplayer game. Beige is the enemy, and you shoot them and you kill them. It's that simple. I'll play maybe a single round worth. So see, there's tickets up at the top. I'm going to assume you know enough about FPS games to know what tickets are. It's like how many people are left. And I'm just going to play. There's of course, the health in the top right. I can place blocks, by the way. Check this out. Don't know why it does the weird flicker. Actually, can you see the flicker on your end? You can't see the flicker on your end. Maybe because of the FPS of the recording software. I wonder if I imagine that the recording software was what caused the initial crash. Because I haven't been getting crashes for a long time, but I've also haven't recorded this in a long time. So we will have to see. I've not done a full round in a while, too. I don't think there should be any issues with the sound. There was a master bus issue relatively recently that made me have to redo the sounds because they were taking up too much of the processing space. However that were, I don't know, I'm not an expert, but it wasn't working. The sounds sounded like shit, and so I had to fix it. You know what? I will put my headphones on. I won't get killed. Okay, that is more or less what's supposed to sound like. Okay, never mind, I died. The game difficulty is still something I need to fix. The sounds are still something I need to fix. These are definitely the beginner sounds and not the... Mostly it was to test out the Doppler. Like the footsteps. First of all, the footsteps randomly stop. Second of all, the footsteps aren't even matching up to my guy, but whatever. Small things. The game is fun, which was my 1.0. Like, is the game fun to play? It is fun. But you don't have your... When you play the game on mute, you could kick this up for an hour or so. See? Look at the guys... Oh, God. The ragdoll on that. Partially inspired by Betrayal at Sea, which is a tech demo that I will never release a full game of. But the idea of just having... like, very basic, like, oh, I don't have to use full 3D models. I can just use these guys. It's a block with a gun. I gotta unstuck these NPCs. They get... The pathfinding also needs to be fixed. What they're doing is they're going back to... Oh, I see why they might be getting stuck here. They're going back to this restock. pile. And so when I need to get new guns and stuff, I have to go back to this restock pile, which is what these guys are all doing. You have to defend this because it can be destroyed, as seen there. And pretty much, there's 2 win conditions. There's either you get all the enemy's tickets, which is the real win condition, but then you can essentially speed up that process greatly by destroying their restocking center. So let's actually see if we can find out where that restocking center is. It's a very quiet game, which I don't know if War is necessarily supposed to be quiet, but like I said, I need to figure out the sound effects. I don't know what, like, we're aiming for a Steam release. Obviously, the game is going to be free. In fact, the game is already free and open source. It is on GitHub and itch.io. When we do the Steam release, it will be free. This game will always be free. I am not charging money for a game that looks like this. Don't worry. But we'll want to see... Yeah, I'll have to see. I guess I'll have to see what the Steam Direct, because I've never gone through Steam Direct before. I'm just gonna have to see what the standard. I've heard the standards are very low. I don't know if they're this low. I mean, this game looks like shit. I think it's fun. It's like a fun prototype that I do intend on building more of over time. But I do a very oh god. I'm trying to get this. I feel like we need to do some scouting. We need to do some tacticalness in this tactical RPG. Hold on. And these are, I don't think these are the Minecraft assets. I know that's a big question. That was a big question in my head. I'm sure that's a big question in your head as well. I do not believe these are actually, because if you look at the dirt blocks are obviously not Minecraft. And this is the voxel game template on Godot. It's like a very popular template on here. And I can't imagine they would be able to get away with like a free open source template that copies this much from Minecraft. So I think it is... Oh, God. Oh, brother. Okay. I need to use these blocks. Like I said, tactical. Oh, boy. I'm glad you don't see that flickering. Oh, you do see the flickering now. Never mind. Flickering is kind of annoying. So I'm looking for... It's got to be right there. I'm just going to fire some shots off. See if we can get it. I don't know how successful I was. There is a lean. Oh god, they're firing so many shots. I'm gonna have to run away. Stuck this guy. This is not a great spawn for this. I really should not have put this over here either. It's relatively even. I'm surprised. It's usually way too easy. Oh. God, that's like the last thing I want to have happen. Oh no. Connect these. I need that Fortnite build. I need that Fortnite building. Ah, nope, too late. Let's try from a backwards post instead of a forward post. Yeah, that place was fucked up. Yeah, he's going over here. Let me see if I can destroy some of this. Got him. When you get more than one, it's very satisfying. In one shot of the rocket, and you see him like blow up. It's very neat. Oh boy, how am I gonna get this guy? Okay, got him. Let's see if I can run around here. They already see me. It's because I'm the only person in their camp. Let me see if I can I do a little, just like hang out here. Let's see if I can get away with that. I can go up this way. Oh god, but they have so many rockets is the problem. Well, if I stay inside and maybe like build a second layer here. Yeah. Oh god. Fuck. Ah, no. It wasn't gonna happen. I'm just going for it again. I stopped thinking. Now, I will say, unlike Old School Ace of Spades, I have gotten rid of the most annoying thing in Old School Ace of Spades. You cannot tunnel. I think you can make a hole really deep. Let me see. But since there's only so you can fire if you fire enough shots at a block, the block will be destroyed. But it's a lot of shots. I think. It's just supposed to be able to. That's a little awkward. Nothing's happening. Maybe I got rid of that. No, there it is. It might just be stone then. It might not even be dirt. But you can destroy it with rockets. But the thing about it is that A, this is super dangerous, and B, you will just fall to your death. Which I actually did I ever make a death? If you fall down far enough, does it ever reset you? Oh shit, it actually doesn't. Oh, well now I'm in the pit of despair. I'm gonna write that one down. That one seems like a big oversight. Let me write that one down. Warzone. Well, that's gonna be, is that gonna be it? That's 10 minutes. Yeah, that's 10 minutes of gameplay. We'll call it there. That is the newest update in Warzone. Let me write this down so I know. Further bug fixing. We'll call this like last layer of dirt should be locked like the boundary. If you hit the boundary, let me show you real quick. If you hit this boundary, nothing will happen, right? Because this is the boundary to keep you in the game. But yeah, there's a couple of other errors. I'm just gonna say, fuck it, you know, man. Am I right? Just fuck it. Anyway, I'll see you in whenever the next update is. See you then.